36 chambers. It's the ghost. What up, yo? It's your boy on Slow Tree, man. We back with another video for you, and we gonna give y'all some current event news. Alright, so yo, let's get into it. Alright, listen. I'm pretty sure by now, each and every one of y'all already seen the clip. Y'all already heard the Clubhouse interview. So y'all already know what that boy Jay had to say about the verses. We're not going to get into that today. Here's what we're going to talk about, y'all. Did y'all peep how Jay just slightly include that he may release his version of his lost tapes? Let's take a listen, y'all.
Amazing things that just sitting around. Those things are burning a hole in my pocket. I do have a couple of gems that are just like, tucked away. And, at some point for me, when it becomes emotional, like 95 South just lives in that space because, it may never get heard, but I know it exists.
I'm going to throw just two at you, Jay. I've always heard talk about this record that you did, which is always interesting to me, a remake of the Main Source, Looking at the Front Door, or a reimagined version of it.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs. I thought that in the time that he created that song, I was like, what am I listening to? Like, what is this guy listening to? Like, what type of music he's listening to make him make this sort of song? Large Professor, one of my favorite producers. And yeah, it just didn't fit. Those things happen. Like Alicia was saying, it just didn't fit at that specific time. And then as we got further away from it, it went further into the vote. But I always loved that song, and I think I've created a pretty good song based on it. But I think the original was better than the song that I created. I don't know if it needs to be heard. What he created was classic in itself.
That's amazing. And then one more that may not be in your control. But since you're the guy who writes checks with the hand that don't write, Dr. Dre's Still D.R.E. is a record that we talk about, classic record. So if you didn't write that down, there has to be a reference track somewhere.
Yeah, I wish I had it. I would have never spoke about that record unless Snoop was so elegant and so he was so humble in the way he spoke about that record. It was the only reason I ever spoke on the record, but I never had a copy. When you create songs, you collaborate on songs, for other people, I don't even want any mistakes to happen. I don't even want that to leak to be like. I don't even want to be involved with anything that has my vote, my participation in it, because I created it because out of respect for them, and out of a request from their camp, and Stout and Jimmy were spearheading that, and it was like these guys created the Chronic 2 years amazing record, like the single to set it off, and we created Still Dre. And one of my favorite moments of as an artist of creating something that wasn't for me as a creator, to create something that's so like a mainstay of not just music, but like West Coast culture. That song is considered that. I didn't want to be part of, like, I didn't want my ego to take over. Like, I was driving around listening to that song with me on it. It wasn't about me at that moment. It was just about those guys. And I don't have a copy. The short answer is I don't have a copy. I don't think I ever had a copy.
That's crazy. I'm on the hunt. Look,
I'm sure Dre has a copy. That's what
sure. Is Dre in the chat? Dre.
Yeah, exactly.
Page the doctor.
There you have it, man. I'm telling you, listen. Dre has a copy. His time writing music in the West Coast. Stuff that could be tucked away in the vault. 95 South freestyle. Other songs that he may have that he has not released. Hey, y'all know me. I'm always fishing. I'm always jumping out the deep end. But you guys hit the chat down below. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Is Jay about to release his version of his lost tapes, or whatever he wants to call it? Greatest hits, tucked in the vault, B-side, King of New York Part 2, whatever it is, man. Drop it in the comment section down below. It's your boy Onslaught Tree, man. We up out of here. Peace.